Yo, what's going on, you? It's your boy, back here with another YouTube video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing X-Men First Class 2011 review here on the channel. So, so, um, so X-Men the First Class. Now, definitely, it was an interesting movie. One of my favorites of the X-Men franchise, in my personal opinion. I really enjoy this movie. I think it's really good. Yeah. So yeah, I guess let's start with the review here on the channel. So firstly, I'll go over the positives for the movie. So I must say, positives wise, the writing and the storytelling were top tier. I really thought the writing was really good in terms of just some of the dialogue. There wasn't very much pointless dialogue. I thought they gave pretty good backstory for some of these characters. Especially like, for example, Charles Xavier. I thought they gave really good backstory. Same with Eric Langshire or Magneto, and Mystique, and all of these characters. They gave really good backstories. I thought they were really good. I mean, obviously there wasn't some backstories for some of the more minor characters like Azazel and stuff like that, but I wouldn't. I know you can't definitely can't just give backstories for everyone. So they gave the backstory, good backstories to characters who really needed it, who would ever, sorry about that, who would ever survive till the next movie or be again featured or whatever happens to them or whatever. So I thought they did an excellent job, and story wise, again, I thought they did fantastic in terms of just the way the plot was going, with the plot to just kind of stop this whole event from happening, and with especially with Sebastian Stan, I think that's his name, or Absorbing Man, or the character played by Kevin Bacon. I thought he did was an awesome villain as well, and I thought the plot in terms of just the whole war, brink of a whole war happening, and they're trying to kind of stop it. So I thought that was interesting as well, tying it in. The next positive would probably be the characters. Again, they gave pretty good backstories for most characters. The characters that needed it, of course. Most of the characters that actually needed are very layered. Like, for example, Professor X is really layered. Same with Michael Fassbender's Magneto. I thought they were really. I really like Magneto personally, or Michael Fassbender's portrayal of him, because his character is very layered and just very enjoyable with all storytelling aspect, and him trying to find like that anti-hero kind of thing. As well as Mystique, Havoc is pretty good. Sebastian Stan, of course, he was a very layered character as well, because it seemed he was one of the more worst villains or whatever. So that's something else as well. Again, the villains, I thought the Hellfire Club was definitely very interesting in terms of Sebastian Stan, Azazel, Emma Frost. Really, those guys were really enjoyable. I thought they were really good villains, especially Sebastian Stan. I thought he was just an awesome villain. He had personal motives. Well, I mean, his motives were kind of lackluster, but I kind of understood why he was doing it. He just felt more villainous to me. Like, I personally, my personal opinion, I think Magneto is just way more of that kind of villain than Sebastian Stan was. I don't know why. It's just I wasn't really I didn't like Sebastian Stan in a good way, obviously. Just I thought he was a pretty decent villain for the movie, without making Magneto the villain, because of course you need to put some backstory, and I thought it was definitely interesting. Uh, so yeah. The next one would probably be the chemistry. Now I think sorry, not Charles, James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender and Jennifer Lawrence and Nicholas Hoult. I think they have those four are very have very good chemistry, specifically between Charles McAvoy and pretty much every other character. I think he has very good symmetry, especially with Nicholas Hoult, and also, of course, Jennifer Lawrence and Michael Fassbender, but specifically more towards the Michael Fassbender and the James McAvoy. I think they have really good chemistry between the two of them. I think they do a bang good job on just the whole chemistry point of that, because again, these two characters are of course like kind of old friends slash enemies or whatever you want to call it. I thought they were very layered and very well done. The next one would probably be the costumes. Now, I was a huge fan of this costume. I liked the way it was looked. These costumes looked. Of course, this took place in about, I think it was 1960s. So of course it wouldn't be like super good costumes or anything like that. That's just the way it is. I think I wouldn't have super good costumes because obviously technology, but again, it's superheroes, so it doesn't really matter. But for the time period, I think these yellow costumes, these yellow jumpsuits, are fantastic. I think they're really good. I think they're really interesting. Really fantastic looking costumes. Not the best costumes of the whole franchise, but I definitely thought they were interesting costumes. I really like the whole yellow costume. Really enjoyable costumes design. Yeah. And the next thing would probably be how it connects to real world events. Like I said before, it of course it connected to real world events in terms of just what was happening at the time, especially with like the Russia and the United States of America, where they're having problems. The same, uh, and just that whole thing was with them and Cuba and all that stuff. I thought that was really interesting as well, tying that in uh, with the whole story wise. I thought it was really interesting as well. And also some of the stuff they were saying and stuff, I thought they really did a good job in terms of dialogue and stuff like that, where it was more dialogue, for example, stuff, people were oppressed and stuff like that. And just the sets and stuff were really interesting, and I thought it was really interesting as well. And then, of course, it provides a very good origin story for the X-Men. Now, this is a very hot take, or I don't know if it's a very hot take, but uh, this is a really good origin story for the X-Men in terms of just seeing how the X-Men were founded. And some of you might be like, "Oh, Wolverine is in the X-Men, Storm's in the X-Men, Cyclops is in the X-Men," and yeah, they are, and they're founding members technically, except for Wolverine. They're founding members, but the fact is, you don't really need them in here. I mean, you don't absolutely need them. In my personal opinion, I don't think you absolutely need them. Or you do need Cyclops, but of course, it was just one movie, and it was an origin story. So I was like, I'll let it slide. I mean, it was alright, I guess. But I liked how it gave a different take on the origin story. It just showcased exactly how they got there, the place they live, the whole team creation, how they're something they didn't cover was how they were so rich and stuff like that. But I presume it's his family, Charles Xavier's family. But like their suits, powers, mutants. I thought it was really good as an origin story. How they set up a team, how they fought villains and stuff like that. I thought that was really well done. In my personal opinion, I thought X-Men First Class was really good for that. And that's really kind of what this story is about, as well. It's kind of doing an origin story kind of for the whole X-Men and stuff. So yeah, that was really well done as well. Now for the negatives. Now I only have one negative, and it is the fact that they didn't do some of the characters very much justice in this movie, specifically Darwin. I thought his character was very stupidly used. I'm gonna be very honest. I thought it was yeah, very stupidly used. I thought he was so underused. It was so stupid for him to make him die. I thought if you really want to kill off somebody, kill off like Banshee or something. I don't know who else to kill off or someone else. I personally don't think you should have killed off uh, Darwin. And some of you might be like, oh, you should have killed off Angel instead. But Angel, there's a different case with her because just with the whole fact that she turned on them to go with the Hellfire Club. And but I must say though, you kind of didn't need that death, but at the same time, it kind of proved as a motivational factor. So I guess that's alright. But why'd they have to pick Darwin? I felt that was so stupid because, especially because the fact that he can adapt to anything, and the fact that he ended up getting a fireball in his mouth and then dying from it, and when he should have absorbed that was very, I mean, adapted to that was very stupid. And especially if you read the comics and stuff, you would see he can adapt to a lot of different things, and it's really good. But I don't know, X Men First Class didn't do that guy justice, and I thought it was really stupid. But I guess let's get into my overall rating, which I'm gonna give it an overall rating of about 9.5 out of 10. I mean, it was a really good story, really good movie, really enjoyable. But again, justice wise, it wasn't too good. But anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.